Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about how 5 years ago today, Rockstar was planning something with Liberty City, either a remastered version of a previous Grand Theft Auto game, likely GTA 4, or Liberty City was going to be involved in GTA 5 in some way, shape, or form, whether it was single player or in Grand Theft Auto Online. And we heard from Rockstar Games insider TezFunds2 on the GTA forum site as he told a very interesting story about this entire situation. Now, before we begin, in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this image was found on a Rockstar Games artist portfolio. And if you're wondering what you're looking at here, this is actually at Central Park in GTA 4, but it's in Grand Theft Auto 5's engine. So it's been completely remade, and here's sort of a side-by-side. Actually, I'll go sort of back and forth so you can see them a little bit easier. And you can clearly tell which version is GTA 4 and which version is Grand Theft Auto 5. And so when this appeared, many people were wondering, what is Rockstar doing remodeling parts of Liberty City in GTA 5's engine? They wouldn't just be doing this because they're bored and have nothing to do. They'd be working on this because it was a part of some bigger and more grand project. Well, as you guys know, nothing has ever come out from that. There was no GTA 5 single-player mission that took place in Liberty City. We've never flown to Liberty City in Grand Theft Auto Online. So nothing like that has ever come to fruition. And we never really got an answer from Rockstar, obviously. Many have speculated that it was scrapped or this was supposed to be cut single-player content. We'll honestly probably never know what truly happened with this sort of stuff. But as I mentioned earlier, we heard from insider TezFunds2 on the GTA forum site the other day. He said this: 5 years ago, Liberty City was being ported to GTA 5, but I believe it got scrapped alongside story mode DLC. Would we see it in the future? I doubt it. Next-gen consoles are releasing this year, and Rockstar is likely working on porting RDR2 to the next gen with new content, plus the next title is under development. So can you believe that this has been 5 years since this image had actually surfaced? And that would have made sense because I still think in 2013, 14, and 15, Rockstar was seriously planning on doing a story mode DLC. However, we saw the success of Grand Theft Auto Online, and because of that, Rockstar started focusing a lot of their efforts on producing online content instead of single-player content. You guys know that story by now. And TezFunds2 says it's unlikely we will ever see this. Now, could Rockstar reuse this in the future? I'm sure. Who knows if Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to take place in parts of Liberty City or in Liberty City altogether. And the reason he says it's unlikely is it looks like Rockstar's plate is pretty full. With the PS5 and Xbox Series X releasing this year, he says Rockstar is very likely going to have a next-generation version of RDR2, and their next title is under development, which is rumored to be Grand Theft Auto 6. So because of that, I'd say that this is pretty low on the totem pole in terms of things Rockstar want to get done. Tack on GTA Online and Red Dead DLCs, and it gets even lower on the list. So again, it's very unlikely that we will ever see something like this come to fruition. But how cool would it have been if there was a story mode DLC for GTA 5 where you went back to Liberty City, a modernized version, or in Grand Theft Auto Online, if you could go to any of the airports in-game, buy a ticket to Liberty City, and you could play on that map altogether. How fun would that be? It's a shame we never got anything like that in online. It's a shame we never really saw anything like that come to fruition. Now, as a follow-up to that, someone was asking if GTA 5 would be featured on the next-generation consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X, and TezFunds2 said they would probably just feature it as a part of backwards compatibility, with small differences like upping the graphics to match PC Ultra settings. So I don't know if you guys have been following the PS5 and Xbox Series X console news, but both of those systems are going to feature backwards compatibility where you can play older titles no problem. And so because of that, you'd naturally be able to load up GTA 5. And many were wondering if Rockstar would re-enhance the game. And I think that ship has probably sailed. You'll definitely be able to play it because it's backwards compatibility, but will Rockstar up the graphics? I don't know, the game will probably look better because your console will be able to do a little bit more, but you won't notice any like significant differences or anything like that. But anyways, let's move on. Another user ended up saying RDR2 is way too new to port to PS5 so soon, in my opinion. Every update we get with GTA Online for the next 2 years will be mediocre at best. Wow, this guy is a super pessimist so far. Of course, we'll get the open wheel creator, probably some go-karts, or another couple of Grand Prix cars, but all in all, a new map is what we need. Nothing they add to GTA 5 Online is going to wow anybody. It'll just be the same old runaround. I just want to go to LSIA and buy a ticket out of here. So it seems like I'm not the only one who thinks that would actually be a good idea to go to the airport and buy like an airplane ticket. But TezFunds2 said the possibility of a map expansion was like 1%. But now it's even less thanks to the pandemic. Rockstar won't just come up with thousands of dollars from their butts to give all the voice actors who would do the voices of every NPC that'll be featured on the new map. Heck, the money they currently have is best invested into whatever is going to make them a ton of money, like the next title and content updates to both GTA Online and Red Dead Online, especially GTA Online. Grand Theft Auto Online support will continue because it makes them money. Heck, they gave away the game for free to get that Epic money. At this point, it's more likely that Rockstar would focus on what sort of theme would get the community hyped up again, like what happened with the casino update. So what TezFunds2 is saying here is a map expansion was very small, and given the unprecedented times we're going through right now, that's likely even smaller. And it's not like Rockstar can just put Liberty City on the map and like say, oh, you're good to go, enjoy it. There's a lot to go into it, like voicing the NPCs, and there's even some coding stuff that we're going to look at in a little bit that makes this really, really hard. Now, the only way, again, I could see this is if it was a part of Grand Theft Auto Online, because that is something that would certainly hype up the community. Now, how would Rockstar make money from that? There's plenty of ways, again, just me speculating here, coming up with airport tickets that you could buy. Maybe it cost $500,000 to go to Liberty City. Sounds expensive, but it's a cross-country flight. Maybe you're sitting in first class. Who knows? That would be a way in which Rockstar could get some extra cash, basically just switching maps. But yeah, something like that would definitely hype up the community. I think that's what Rockstar is prioritizing, just things that they can do that'll ultimately make the community want to get on and play. I mean, it's been 7 years since the game has come out, so at this point in time, they can't really put any duds of DLCs out. Otherwise, people are not going to be all that interested. Now, again, the problem with that is that would be a lot of work, adding something like Liberty City. And because of that, we heard from another user on the GTA forum site, Rolsha2282, who said, talking about LC, where would they place it and how? Would they just place it far out in the ocean or just unload the San Andreas map and load Liberty City in? If they would go far out in the ocean route, they would need to increase the water limits, drawable limits path, map limits, etc. And that would require them re-exporting every single path and traffic in the entire game and would require them to do the water.xml file. Because about the paths, they run on a set grid, and increasing that grid would move all the paths too. So they would need to re-export them or even redo them. If they would go with the unloading San Andreas and loading Liberty City route, then they would need to do some code changes, because even though the game supports basic map switching, single player and online map are technically two entire separate maps, there are still things the game doesn't like switching at all. So they would need to fix that, and then I think loading an entire new map would take longer, similar to probably loading into story mode, like the moment you see loading story mode until you spawn into your character. So long story short, and TLDR, it would be a lot of work for Rockstar, and it's not something easily that they can just snap their fingers and do. It kind of sounds like it's a project that would have a serious undertaking here. And because of everything else I mentioned earlier, the next title Rockstar's working on, Red Dead Redemption 2 for the PS5, Xbox Series X, it's unlikely we'll probably see something like this arrive in Grand Theft Auto Online. And last but not least today, remember that person that TezFunds2 replied to a bit ago, saying that they're probably going to add go-karts or something like that? Well, it's actually funny that he mentioned that, because TezFunds2 actually believes that was a good idea. He actually said this a couple of days ago, hopefully we get this in the next update. And that reveal hidden content was actually just a photo of the go-kart from GTA San Andreas. That would actually be pretty cool if Rockstar added this. Now, I'm not sure what category of vehicle they would make this, but ever since they added the open wheel vehicles to the game, it's clear that Rockstar can add new vehicle categories. So would they make like a kart category, or would they just throw this in with the RC vehicles if it was tiny enough? How cool would it be? I'm sure Rockstar could come up with some fun races like this. I wouldn't want an entire DLC to be based around a go-kart, but it is a vehicle that I know is a fan favorite and one that I know many people would like to see. But anyways, that's just sort of a bonus for this video, and that is everything that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below on everything we discussed and more, like Liberty City coming to GTA 5. Would you want it to happen? Do you think it would work? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.